Why gardening has made me a better person. Or rather, how gardening has made me a better person. The first way, now I've been a gardener for years and years, but I seem to have accelerated my gardening pace, and I'm spending more time in the yard and outside. And it is really helping me physically. When I was making videos 8 hours a day indoors, I had a lot of back pain. I don't have any back pain anymore. I don't have any feet pain. I don't have any kind of pain at all except exhaustion at the end of the day. And I sleep better too, by the way. But all my life, since I was 25 years old, I have had to plan exercise in my life. I don't do that anymore. I don't exercise, period. All I do is cut my grass, take care of my lawn, and take care of my what is growing exponentially garden in my backyard. I've got hundreds and hundreds of trees in my backyard. I've got a huge sweet potato patch, tomatoes, and other vegetables. So I spend a lot of time outside working in the garden, and in seasons that I'm not gardening, I'll still be out in the yard doing cleanup, maintenance, and so forth. So I don't have to think about exercise. That is a wonderful, wonderful thing. In my gardening life these days, I'm growing trees to make money. I'm growing trees for fun, but I'm growing trees to make money. So my exercise, my gardening activity actually pays me. And there's no waste time exercising and thinking about cleaning up and stuff like that. I don't do that. I just work in the garden. So physically, the working in the garden more and more, as I've done the last couple of years, has really benefited me. I'm much better shape now at 75 than I was at 56. And I was in pretty sorry shape at 56. And 6 years ago when we came here to Alabama from South Carolina, I'm much, much better shape than I was at that time. Even though I've always kept track of my weight and exercise and have attempted to do stuff, now I don't really have to think about it because it's just built into my life. So let's say exercise. What is happening with my garden is that I'm becoming much more mindful of things, such as everything has its place, everything in its place, everything in its time. I have a huge backyard, and this is well, it's not a huge backyard, it's just a regular backyard that's on a steep slope like this. But it's a huge domain to me because I have so many things in that backyard and I have so many plans for the future. So my backyard is actually my life right now. It's like I'm an artist and I'm drawing or painting this beautiful picture of what I want to have in my backyard, what is there now and what's going to happen. So this gives me a tremendous focus of what I'm doing right now. And it is amazingly powerful. I think it's just a lot of fun. Nobody can understand why I have so many trees in my backyard and why I'm not scared of them growing tall, because I'm going to sell them. But I have a beautiful image of the things that I want in my yard. And that's making me very mindful, and I don't have to say, okay, I'm going out here from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. I just live, and I do, and I'm just clicking on all cylinders, as they say. The garden is making me do this, and the garden is really adding tremendous value in my life. So, it's making me a better person that way. I have been awful my whole life, misplacing things, being sloppy, not putting things back, and I'm doing better. I'm doing lots better because I have to have my tools, my gardening trowels, and my rake and my shovel, and all the things that I use in the garden have to be where I can just put my hand right on them and know where they are. That is very important, and that's important in life too. Not that gardening is not life, because gardening is life, and that's cool. So the next thing, and I'm only going to talk about 3 things. I'm sure I could probably talk about 30 things, but we're only going to talk about 3 things. What about your spirit? What about hope? Gardening gives me great hope because I know I can grow all the food I need if I need to grow food. I have that power. And I don't have to buy seeds every year because I can save my own seeds. So it's wonderful to grow good food for your body and feel like you're in control that way. But for me, growing these little trees that I'm growing these days, realizing that these trees can be sold at a very nice profit. Somebody said in a comment on one of my YouTube videos, plants are so expensive here where I live. Well, plants are absolutely free where I live. They're free to me because once I have one, I can make hundreds and thousands, an unlimited number from each plant that I have. So they're free to me, but I can share these with other people who pay me to do so. And I can show them how to also do what I'm doing to make more plants for themselves. And I can actually conduct mini seminars every time somebody comes over to gaze at my backyard. So this gives me tremendous hope that I won't die poverty-stricken like many of the great people in the world have done. How many times I used to read the encyclopedias, and every famous music composer and every famous person that did this died in poverty. Well, I don't want to die in poverty. I want to have enough money to go over bad times if I need to. And I want a way to help people while I'm helping myself and doing something that's incredibly interesting and beneficial to me physically and mentally. So I guess that's why I garden. That's why I garden. 3 things: exercise, being mindful, and seeing a big picture and having a big plan and doing big things, and having hope. And having hope and power, and know that you can take care of yourself and your family simply by living smart on the property that you already have. That's pretty cool to me. You do not need 40 acres to do this. We live on a ½ acre or so, and the backyard is probably a 1/4 acre. So you can imagine 500,000 trees on a 1/4 acre. Who knows, could happen. Thanks for watching.